Hi YouTube, it's Janelle here. In this video, I'm going to be following up my previous Bitcoin and cryptocurrency video by adding on and talking about how you can buy cryptocurrency, how I bought my Bitcoin, and just kind of talking about different ways that people could do this and what are the pros and cons around it. Before I jump into the video, I just want to remind you to check out my Instagram, check out my Facebook, and follow me and add me and support me. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. I really appreciate the support. If you like the videos, definitely subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we'll jump right into the video. The easiest way to buy Bitcoin is to download the Coinbase app. So in my live stream that I did a few weeks ago, I talked about how I bought my Bitcoin on the Coinbase app, and it was actually really easy. You just download the app, and then you have to go through like steps to activate it. So you have to put your information, obviously your private, information that you would normally put if you open like a bank account or a brokerage account or something like that. So your name, your address, your income, your probably your social security, like your birthday, like all that stuff has to go in the app. And then once they, your information is there and your account is created, you can link the account to your bank account. So as many different bank accounts as you want. You can use your credit card. So different ways that you can then make a purchase and buy cryptocurrency on there. Now, a lot of people say bad things about Coinbase. The first thing I'll say is if you're not in the US, there's definitely other ways to get cryptocurrency. I'm in the US right now, so I just use Coinbase because I think it's the easiest thing. So if you do use Coinbase, it's important to know a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of limiting. It only has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and right now they recently added Bitcoin Cash. But yeah, for the most part, the three big cryptocurrencies that they have available are those: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So a lot of people are like, oh, what if I want to buy another type of cryptocurrency? Then you can buy it, but then you have to go to another site and send your Bitcoin or Ethereum from Coinbase to their site, and then on that site you could then use it to buy something else. So kind of same deal. So that's one thing that Coinbase gets criticism for. Another thing that they get criticized for is that when you buy cryptocurrency, in order for you to be able to use any of the cryptocurrency that you own, you need to have your private key, or you need to have access to your private key, or control your private key. I know you're probably thinking, what the heck is she talking about? A key? A private key? I'll explain. There's the public key and then there's a private key. So when you're going to send somebody a letter in the mail, you can think of it like everybody knows the address that they need to send something to. So if I want to send something to my friend, I just wrote her a letter. I need to know her address. That's the public address, right? Like I can write that on my envelope and everybody knows that's where, the address is. She lives there. You can look it up and you can ask her for it. And she would give it to me easily because she wants me to be able to mail her the letter I wrote. But then when she gets the letter in her mailbox, you don't want anybody to be able to just come to her mailbox and just take her mail. So then she would need a private key. So that would literally be like a key. It's like the key. I don't have my keys on me right now, but the keys that you would use to like open the mailbox or open the door to your house or whatever, the open door to your apartment. So that key, that's like the idea is that she would be the only one who has that key to access her mailbox so she can open it up and get the letter that I mailed her. So if we're talking about cryptocurrency here, if I send her some Bitcoin, she would have a public address that I could see, which is like a bunch of code, and I could send my Bitcoin to that address, right? And so then she would need her private key if she wants to actually access the money that I sent her, the Bitcoin. If she wants to use it, she would need her private key. And so that's why it's really important that they say, like in the cryptocurrency world, if you're going to invest in it, you need to be the only one that has your private key. You should be the only one that knows that code, that secret, code, so that you're the only one who can access that money. Because the second that you give it to somebody else, the possibility that they can access your money, you make that a possibility. So if you want to protect your Bitcoin and make sure that you're the only person who can use it, or your Ethereum or your Litecoin or any cryptocurrency that you buy, then you need to be the only one who can access your private key, which is that code that you should be the only one to know. Now going back to Coinbase, if you have Coinbase, they host your wallet, which is where you would put your keys. I know this is all like really confusing, and it's kind of like an analogy that is really annoying. But yeah, you would have your public key and your private key. You would have those in a wallet, and there's sites that you can get a wallet on a bunch of different sites, and that way you can keep your private key and all your information secure. But when you get Coinbase, the app, they host the wallet on their app. So you actually don't get to know what your private key is. That code that will allow you to access your Bitcoin, you'd actually never even know what it is. Like right now, if I grab my phone and I looked, and I checked on the Coinbase app for my private key, it's not available. Like it would prevent them from having the security measures that they have to make sure nobody can get it if they reveal it even to you, the owner. So that's why Coinbase doesn't allow the people who use it to have their own private keys. Now, in the cryptocurrency world, a lot of people don't like that because they think if you don't know your private key and someone else who knows it, right? Who's going to be able to open your mailbox and take your mail? Who's going to be able to go and use your cryptocurrency? It should only be you. So if you're the kind of person who agrees with that idea of like, oh, I wouldn't trust Coinbase, this app, to keep my private key and, be able to access my money, I wouldn't trust that. If that's how you think, then you might not want to use the Coinbase app. You might want to check out some of the links in the description box below where I talk about other places where you can learn about different wallets that you could get. They even sell like actual USB, like hardware little USBs that you could use to store your private keys, your private key or keys, and your all your information about your cryptocurrency that you own, so that you're the only one who can access it and spend it. So all of that to say that Coinbase is really great, but a lot of people do find criticisms to say about it because of that. For me, it wasn't really an issue because I'm not putting a ton of money into cryptocurrency. Now, I talked about this in my last video, and I could go on like forever talking about why I don't really think that cryptocurrency is really an investment for my future, like to build wealth. It's kind of like a topic for another video. Actually, I'll do my next video on that. So if you want to know my thoughts about why I wouldn't necessarily say cryptocurrency is really like an investment in the traditional sense of that word, come back and check out the next video. So I'll definitely make sure to talk about that. But that's like another topic. So for coming back to the point is that a lot of people don't like the fact that you don't have the privacy or the knowledge and access to your private key that you're supposed to have. So that's why Coinbase gets a lot of criticism. But for me, I didn't really have a problem with it because of the fact that I know I wasn't going to put a lot of money in it. I literally put 1% of my net worth because I just wanted to be involved in cryptocurrency in a way. I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to experience it. And I really actually, after watching the Netflix documentary that I talked about in my last video called Banking on Bitcoin. If you're interested in learning about cryptocurrency, definitely check out that documentary, because after I watched the documentary, I realized that, when you buy cryptocurrency, you're not just doing it because whatever, like you think it's like you're going to be like a quick buck. Like for a lot of people who support this, it's really about what it means, what it represents. There's a cause behind it. So I learned that when I watched the Banking on Bitcoin documentary, and even Ethereum, there's a whole cause behind it. It's like decentralizing the internet and like stuff like that. So I think it's really important for people to learn about what's the cause that, inspired the creators of these cryptocurrencies that exist to make them. And if you really support those ideas, then maybe you want to buy some cryptocurrency and hold on to it. Maybe not. But like if you're doing this for different reasons, you have to be careful with your money. So for me, I only put 1%, of my money into cryptocurrency. So I wasn't so concerned and so nervous about the whole like distrust of Coinbase. And then also if you look on Coinbase, they have like, if you go on the app and like type in, why can't I access my private keys? I think like, let me check. I think you could type that in and see, they would probably say like you could take advantage of like certain features on the app that would allow you to have more control of your keys. I think you probably have to pay or something. I'm not sure because I don't have those features. But basically, if the app was to get like shut down, or if the app was one day you try to log in and it's just not working, you're like, what? But I put you not put so much money in there. Which is why I wouldn't put more than 1% myself. But for people out there who are putting a lot of money in it, it's like if you open up that Coinbase app one day, you try to log in and it says the Coinbase app doesn't exist anymore, or it's shut down, or it's not working, then you can't really access your money. But if you activate these features that allow you to get more control of your keys, of your private keys, then you would have a way to get the money that you put in, even if the app shut down. So there's like different reasons why you might want to consider that. If you are on Coinbase, if you're not sure about what I'm talking about, definitely go on Coinbase and check it out, and like their support or like their community, page. Look at the FAQs and try to see if you can find out about those added features that would allow you to have access to your keys. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of information out there, and the reason why I think it's so important to just understand this stuff is so that you can make the most informed decision about whether this is something that you want to participate in or not. Because there's a lot of people that are just doing it because it's cool, and I think honestly, if you learn about it and you really support it, that's one thing. But if not, if you have other intentions, then you might want to reconsider. And I think everything that I say on my channel, that goes for everything that I say on my channel. Don't just take my word for it. Definitely do your research. I always try to put links in the description box and add more information and link videos so that people have different options for, a starting place to do their research rather than just taking my word for it. Because I'm not an expert and I didn't study this stuff, and everything that I put on my channel is stuff that I've researched and that I've learned doing my own self-study. So that's all I have for you guys in this video today. Thank you so much for sticking around, checking out my videos, and coming to my page. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely subscribe right here, right now. And you can always email me privately or comment below. My email is missbehelpful@gmail.com. Until next time, peace.